if you could just confirm that name is correct. If not, if you could just give me your full name and who you're representing here today. So I'll start with what appears to be a police officer under iPhone. If you could unmute for me.
Yes, sir. Officer Anthony Johnson, Cincinnati Police.
Okay, great. Welcome. And are you here in your capacity as a police officer?
That would be correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mr. Johnson.
Thank
All
you.
right, we have Christopher Burkhart.
Yes, Chief Operating Officer for Cincinnati Public Schools.
Welcome. And looks like MSUNDRUP.
Michael Sundrup, architect with Elevar Design.
Okay, great. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we have Matt Lascheid here from the City Planning Department. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, David. Morning, everybody.
Morning. Looks like there are two individuals under Antonio Fernandez.
Antonio Fernandez, Resource Coordinator for Roberts Academy.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we have Antonio Fernandez. Is it just you that will be speaking from that room, or is there someone else with you?
Yes. This is Carlos Guzman from the Roberts Welcome Center.
Got it. Okay. Welcome, Carlos. So it looks like you have two inputs happening there in the room, and so we're getting some feedback. It's making it a little bit difficult to hear. If you all just want to jump on one of those, I think that would be a little bit smoother. So maybe if I don't know if Mr. Guzman, you were planning on using your laptop for any presentation here, but if one of the two audio feeds could be turned off, I think that would be helpful. So I'm not hearing anything out of your computer. So if you could maybe mute the, okay, that'll work. Okay, and if you just unmute for me one more time.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay,
Can you hear me
great.
now?
Thanks, guys. I can. Yeah, that's much better. I appreciate it. So it's Carlos Guzman.
Yeah.
Okay, and
from the Roberts Welcome Center.
The contractor.
I can hear you. Sorry, I cannot hear you well. Sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you just tell me just one more time who you all are representing, where you're from?
Oh, work for the Roberts this Cincinnati Learning Community Center and the Roberts Welcome Center.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being here. We have Darlene Kamine.
Yes. I am with the Community Learning Center Institute. I was the founding executive director, and we are the lead partner for Roberts and the fiscal sponsor for the funding for the construction of the clinics at Roberts.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome. All right. And then we have Kay Patton.
Yes, Kimberly Patton with Elevar Design Group. Elevar is representing CPS on this project.
Okay, great. Welcome. And Nicole DeGreg.
I'm a nurse practitioner in the health center here at Roberts.
Great. All right, welcome everyone. On the applicant owner side or Roberts Academy side here, are we expecting anyone else to join us before we get started? No. Okay.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Let's go ahead and get into it then. I need to read through our hearing script, which will just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll begin. So this is the August 27th, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Starkey. I'll be presiding over the hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20250083. That's 1702 Grand Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow the applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. For our purposes here today, I will allow during that time everyone who's connected to this project, either via Roberts, Elevar, or CPS, to provide testimony at that time. That could be one of you, that could be all of you. It's really up to you how you want to orient your presentation. Yeah, that will be your opportunity to tell me about the project, what exactly it is you're proposing, the relief that you're requesting today in order to get permits for this project, and of course, why you believe that relief is appropriate and why it should be granted. I'll then move to members of the public, and I'm gonna lump Mr. Officer Johnson in that category. So Mr. Johnson, you'll have an opportunity to speak after the applicants have presented their case. I'll then move to the planning department for the city and Mr. Lashai to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report that he has already produced. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to any of that testimony that's been provided in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. We have one more person trying to join now, so I'm going to briefly pause on the procedure and let them in. Okay. Anna Noves, are you with us? If so, if you could unmute. Anna, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Hi, Anna, welcome. We're just getting everyone checked in and going over the procedure right now. My name is David Sturkey. I'll be presiding over the hearing. Do you intend on testifying or commenting during the hearing at all?
Yeah.
Anna, can you hear me? Can anyone else hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, great. So I have your name on the screen as Anna Noves.
that's correct.
Okay, great. And who are you representing here today, or who are you here on behalf of?
CPS,
Okay, great. Welcome.
thank you.
Looks like a little bit of issue with the connection there. Okay, and I'm just explaining the rules of procedure, and I will give you that opportunity to provide testimony here in just a minute. So the applicant will at the end have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties, as we've already seen a little bit here, I'll do my best to troubleshoot these issues as we go. But to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, the last thing I need to do here is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if that's you, I'm going to go ahead and collectively swear all of those people in together right now. So if that's you, if you could take yourself off of mute, I'll need everyone to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Good. Great, thanks everyone. All right, who's going to be taking the lead here for us on the applicant's presentation?
That would be me, Darlene K. Mine. And I think Dr. Noves got cut off in her response. She actually works for the City of Cincinnati Health Department, and she is the Assistant Dental Director. So I think the first part of her response, identifying herself, may have been cut off, and she will be speaking later. I am as I mentioned before, I'm Darlene K. Mine. I'm the founding executive director and a board member of the Community Learning Center Institute. We are a nonprofit, the lead partner for the Roberts Community Learning Center in East Price Hill. We're also the fiscal sponsor for the fundraising, construction, and furnishing of the health clinic and dental clinic at Roberts, which will be operated by the City of Cincinnati Health Department. I'm opening our testimony with an overview of the Community Learning Center at Roberts and an introduction to the witnesses who are here today to present testimony on the importance of the variance requested. The Cincinnati Public School Community Learning Center model is well described in the city's zoning code, section 1401-01-C15, which is the first and likely only zoning ordinance in the nation that recognizes the differences between a traditional school and the school as a community learning center. The zoning code provision succinctly states that community learning center means a community campus designated to provide integrated educational, recreational, health, and civic services to the populations of the community in which the campus is located. A later section, section 1419-12, extended the provisions of the zoning for schools to all of the partners on the campus. The Roberts Community Learning Center campus includes a pre-K through 8 CPS magnet school with about 730 students and dozens of co-located community partners who serve the children from Roberts as well as children from other public, parochial, and charter schools, their families, and community members. To meet the serious need for more capacity to provide medical care and a new comprehensive dental clinic for our city, the Community Learning Center Institute raised about $2.5 million to add these partnerships to the Roberts Community Learning Center. As the clinics are often open when the school is closed and the front doors are locked, the construction of a super long sidewalk across the back of the building was necessary to bring patients from the parking lot to a separate clinic entrance. Although this enabled patients to access the clinic directly, the location of the sidewalk beginning near right across or right by the mechanicals, which are rather monstrous in their sound and appearance, and behind a chain link surround, continuing behind the building, adjacent to a deep slope with tangled vegetation that is well known to be a hiding place or cut through for an unsavory element, poses a threat and possible danger to the clinic's patients. Without the barriers, this project would have been a no-go. The murals, which were designed with the help of the students in the school and funded in part by a grant from the Keep Cincinnati Beautiful, were intended to make the rear entryway more inviting and reassuring to the thousands of patients who will be using the clinics as their medical and dental home. The others who are on the call with me today will provide additional testimony about the connection between the barriers and their importance to the utilization of this much-needed health and dental clinic. Our witness list in order of testimony will be Dr. Noves, and I would ask that as soon as she finish her testimony and any questions you have that we release her back. As you can see, she is in process. She is the dentist in the Euler Dental Center, and she is also the Assistant Dental Director of the City Health Department. Nicole DeGreg, the Roberts Clinic nurse practitioner. I believe everybody identified themselves, so I'll just mention their name in order. Kim Patton, Antonio Fernandez, Carlos Guzman, Chris Burkhart, and then Chris and Michael Sundrup from Elevar are certainly the experts from the biggest vantage point here and can help us answer any questions that you have. In addition, I would ask that the officer who will be addressing the issue of the crime and kind of the concerns around that rear lot that is adjacent to this clinic, be given the opportunity perhaps not to be just in the community. We asked him to be here today to add testimony, and he's, as you can see, in uniform in his car, and we'd love to be able to have him moved up and released early as well. Thank you so very much.
Okay, sure, no problem. Yeah, as soon as anyone is done with their testimony, they're welcome to exit whenever they
Okay,
feel
thank you.
appropriate. Yeah. So did you want to start with Dr. Noves?
Dr. Noves, yes, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Hi, Darlene. Hi, David. Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction. Sorry for being a little late. I was just finishing with patients, and the signal here at Wheeler is not the best, but can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. So As Darlene mentioned, I'm the general dentist here at the Euler Dental Center, but I've been serving in the capacity of associate dental director for the Cincinnati Health Department dental program. And from our side, we see about 3,000 students yearly. They're not just students from that specific school, but also students that are bused from other CPS locations, but also Catholic schools in neighborhoods. Half of the students are then community patients. So we tend to expect to see about 1,500 of these community patients that come to our school-based dental center for much needed dental care. A lot of times these children come in accompanied by other siblings and by their parents. And having that walkway is very strategic, not only to, allowing us to better serve the community patients, because we operate for 12 months, even though school goes on winter recess or summer recess, we still continue to operate and we continue to see and treat kids around the year. So having a safe walkway that is fenced, properly fenced, to allow these patients to come into our dental center is vital. I've worked at all of our 12 locations operated by the health department, and even during the winter when we have snow, it's very important for patients to still have an area that is safe for them to walk. With little kids, many times, especially in the Price Hill community, these patients are coming in with strollers. This is a dental clinic that is it was primarily built to extend services to the pediatric patient population. So I just want to highlight that, that area, it's a little longer of a walk from the parking lot. So having it properly fenced, protected from that slope that it's right there, it's crucial for the safety of the patients.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And may I,
Thank you.
would it be okay if I called Officer Johnson to speak kind of out of the
Yeah,
order that
of
we,
Of
okay,
course.
thank you.
And Dr. Noves, I don't think I have any questions for you, so.
Thank you so much. Mhm.
Thank you for
Okay.
being here. Okay, Officer Johnson?
Yes, sir. I just want to piggyback on the fact that I think it's imperative to have that type of safety and also the fence, not just for the safety value of walking through, but the line of demarcation. So Roberts, if you know or are familiar with the area, it's transient. So there's a lot of people that cut through and come back and forth and things of that nature. So not only would it separate as far as safety of people coming through and back and forth, but also it allows us as police officers to enforce trespassing and things like that, because it is a designated line where people would have to come for the purposes of being at Roberts, as opposed to being an open air cut through. So for us, because we assist Cincinnati Public Schools all the time in enforcing trespassing and keeping people off the property, it would be beneficial for us to be able to assist them and be able to protect the area, keep people from, like possibly homeless people or things like that that come in the area with that type of fence. It clearly designates that this area belongs to this property and that we can enforce anything that comes over there on their behalf.
Got it. Okay. Officer, just one or two quick questions. So it sounds
Sure.
like based on your testimony that trespassing onto this property is a pretty common occurrence. Is that right?
Absolutely. It can happen.
Okay.
Again, if you're familiar with the area, it is a cut through. You have walkways, you have stairways. There's a lot of people that, if afforded the opportunity, would cut through back and forth.
Okay. And you think that presents a safety issue for the folks that utilize Robert.
Absolutely. Again, the fence not only helps people see people coming back and forth, but again, like I said, just for us to be able to enforce that area as far as trespassing and things, you need some type of line lineage separation to be able to show that this is clearly on the property of the school and that people should not be cutting back through there. Mhm.
Got it. Okay. Thanks, Officer Johnson. I don't have anything else unless you have any further testimony.
No, that is it. Unless anybody has any questions for me.
Thank
I
you.
don't think so. Appreciate it.
Thank
Officer Johnson,
so
thanks for
much.
your time and your testimony.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nicole,
Thank you. I do have a patient waiting, so I wanted to jump on real quick just to say I've been working here for 12 years at this is my 12th year at the health center here. So I'm pretty well aware of the population that we serve. And we're unique as a school-based health center in that about 40% of our patients do not attend the school, come from the community. And about 66% of our visits are accompanied by parents, guardians, families. Just to, again, piggyback on what Dr. Novice said, we have a lot of families, small children, coming into the school, and they will be using that back entrance for the safety of the school so that we can bring them directly into the health center. And we had 2,600 visits last year. And that was just with the health center, not including dental. So now we bring dental on top of that. There's going to be a lot of use, a lot of people. Safety is of utmost importance for that. So I just wanted to piggyback on that.
Great. Thank you very much. This is
Thank
great.
you. Is it okay for me to get off at this point? Do you have any
Absolutely.
further questions?
I don't.
great.
All right. Thank you very much. I
Take
appreciate it.
care.
Kim,
Yes, I would like to just piggyback and can answer questions on two fronts. One about the history of the project. This project started before COVID. It is a complex site because of the slope in the back, and so trying to find an access and controllable, as mentioned earlier, we went through a lot of iterations to get to this one. I do want to also piggyback on what the officer said. There is a lot of empirical evidence on what Oscar Newman defined as that transition from public to private, and to create some opportunities between public-private and private-public and break that down. When you do that, you command the space, and this being the back part of the building had to do that. The other thing that was a very important on how we designed this, and Michael will go through the actual physical elements, are the dental services are the most nerve-wracking of any patient. People look forward to it the least. And so we're dealing with families and children sometimes experiencing dental care for the first time or the second time. And so having a sense of place and arrival, so this doesn't just feel like the back of the building. So we didn't want to put up giant fences everywhere. We wanted to announce that they were going in the right direction, that this was a space that was intended for them, that has some art, and make that transition from the car to the clinic as pleasurable as possible and as safe as possible. I'll turn it over to Michael to talk through.
Mr.
you
Penn,
guys
if I
answer questions.
could,
Yes.
I mean, Michael might be able to answer this as well, but I wanted to ask some more details about the fence itself.
He will go through all of that.
Okay,
let him pull up the plans and stuff and talk to you. I'm a little bit more on the background and the decision making through it, and Michael set his presentation up to be more tactile and items and locations and heights and stuff like that.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mr. Peck.
Darlene, would you like me to jump into that now?
okay, yes, please, sure.
All right,
Thanks for being with us.
I am gonna go ahead and share my screen then and show some visuals here.
Sure.
Can you see my screen? It's a PDF reader.
I
share-
can.
Okay.
Yeah, has the satellite map.
Okay. So this is from the application package that we submitted, specifically starting here on page 15, but I wanted to just give an idea of really the vast wooded area we have behind here, behind the school and where our closest neighbors are. But this is I'll zoom in here just a little bit, and then I'll move to some other images to kind of show you. But basically, if you can see my cursor, can you also see my cursor as it
I
moves?
can. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is the school building here, and then the area that we're talking about is right about where this pointer is. But as you can see, our next closest neighbor, the apartment buildings over here are over 1,000 feet away. We've got some single family residential area right here, even farther. Whoops, sorry, even farther. And then in terms of the public right of way, we're a good 700 feet from Grand Avenue right along here. So we're pretty far away from everything. I just kind of want to point that out as we get into some other stuff. Here's a much closer aerial view of the sidewalk that we've added to get this back entrance into the health clinic and dental clinic. We've got a guardrail here to protect kids where it gets really steep. The area that we're talking about adding our fence is kind of right along here. And that again would be to block some views of the HVAC equipment as well as the dumpsters. And then a section here and here as well to protect from that the views into that untended brush area. And then again, just another view from the other side of that. I'm going to jump over real quick to the CAGIS map, also to kind of indicate where our property line is, and also to let you know that we're, you know, at least 200 feet or more from our property line as well. And I will jump now to this image on our permit set. And I've highlighted in yellow because I realize with the dashed lines and stuff, it might be hard to read with everything else going on a plane here. So basically, the areas in yellow are the three screen walls that we're talking about. A 72-foot length right here that again would be to block the HVAC and the dumpster, and then two separate sections spaced by a tree in the middle of a 24-foot length and a 20-foot length on the other side of this sidewalk here. And again, this is that sidewalk that basically takes people from the parking lot here, walks them all the way around to the back entrance of the health clinic and dental clinic in order to keep, you know, the school, the entrance is separate from the school entrance, so they wouldn't be coming through the main school entrance here.
Okay.
So again, with that in mind, so a 20-foot length, a 24-foot length, and a 72-foot length. And I'm going to jump to where the elevations are here now of those different sections. So obviously the longer length here, this is that 72-foot long mural, 8-foot high. So again, we are asking a variance of 2 feet, an additional 2 feet from the typical 6-foot. The 24-foot mural here and the 20-foot mural here. And I think based on how everything is laid out, you can see why we wanted 3 different sections as opposed to what the zoning allows, just one mural. So obviously we're splitting it up to block the different areas based on the site plan that we're dealing with.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. I've got some more images here, kind of showing what the dumpster and everything is, and again why we're wanting to block it. This is a view walking down that sidewalk, so we'd have something on the left and the right here. There is some fire hydrant and equipment here. We are avoiding that in its entirety. Our fence on this side does not start until after that, so we won't be getting in the way of any first responders or anything. So these 2 dots here represent that fire hydrant there. I think we've already seen this one. And then just some more aerial views, just really indicating, how the slope might be a little difficult to see, but it does get pretty steep back there. But definitely it's very dense with the wooded area. And again, to screen that out and to make it clear, as the officer pointed out, that that this is school property, and to not to cut through it. I'm willing to talk about any other part of the application you might like, or otherwise I'll let Carlos and Antoine do their section, if that's all right.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any other questions. That was pretty clear to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Antonio?
Hi, everyone. I'm Antonio Fernandez. I'm the resource coordinator for Roberts Academy. Kind of piggyback riding on all the information previously shared by all these amazing people. We have currently 699 students at Roberts Academy. It's a big hub for the community, not only for our students, for the families, but the community at large. It's a very active building. We have people at all times walking in and out of the building because our school day doesn't finish at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. It goes on through our enrichment activities, intergenerational classes, ESL classes. We have legal services. We have, on top of the health and dental services, we do programs so families learn about the correct use, or all the way from going to how to use a toothbrush, all the way to how to learn about hygiene. So all these classes, programs, etc., run through the Welcome Center. And in our Welcome Center, we see an average of 717 people a year throughout all our services. And the back of the building, it's been always a concern for us because we have children, as it was mentioned before, and families walking in and out of the building. We have had experiences in the past, all the way from finding people dumping mattresses, dishwashers, all the way to finding a body. So it's not the safest area for our family. So we always try to keep an extra eye in that pathway or in that side of the building. And now with the use that we will have through our dental and health services, it's a big concern for us to have a safe walk through and pathway all the way to the building. Um, I, I I think I can share more information, but it's really an alive building that is always busy.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Appreciate your testimony.
Carlos?
Yes, I think I'm here to, if you have questions. I think Antonio mentioned most of the what we need to do, say about the Welcome Center. But if you have questions about the Welcome Center, I'm here to answer these questions.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I don't have any questions now.
And finally, Chris Burkhart, the Chief Operating Officer, is technically the owner. CPS is the owner of the building, even though we have this space and all these partners have space there. Chris, if there's anything you'd like to add, or obviously he's available to answer whatever remaining questions there are. Chris, may I call upon you?
Yes, thank you. And I will be very brief with my statements. You've heard from a 360-degree group of folks who are very interested in making this happen. And it wouldn't be without Darlene and her group, and obviously Elevar and all of the supporters to make this happen. Again, the biggest issue is safety. We want to keep people safe. I can't stress enough, the drop off on that left side of the sidewalk is good 20 to 30 feet. As folks walk through there at night, having that barrier is important, as well as on the right side with the HVAC systems and the dumpster, just would allow us to separate those areas. So we realize the 3 murals is not typical, but we're asking for the variance for that purpose, as well as we did not feel through the process that 6 foot would be sufficient enough to keep safety where we needed it to be. The HVAC systems would still be seen with a 6 foot fence, then therefore causing folks to wonder what's on the other side. So as we look at the 8 foot variance, is really about safety. And I also want to thank everyone on this call for coming together, as well as the city for taking this under advisement. Truly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time and testimony. Ms. Haymine, do you have any other
Yes, I
speakers
think
you'd like to call?
concludes our witnesses. We had a couple of community people and parents that we had called upon, but we didn't want to bring them in if they weren't necessary. And reading the investigator's report, I didn't want to take too much more of your time, but thank you so much for hearing us all out.
Of course, no, I appreciate your thorough presentation, and yeah, I'll turn it over to Mr. Lashad.
Hi there. So yeah, this project requires 2 variances of sections of the zoning code. There's a fence height limit. Typically, the height limit is 6 feet. The intent of that requirement is just to preserve the character of our neighborhood so that you don't see some very tall wall right along the sidewalk or along your property line. However, this is kind of a unique circumstance where these are more of a screen wall and they're not near the property line. They're not really visible from the right of way or from any adjacent properties, and they actually are probably an aesthetic improvement, showcasing art instead of the HVAC equipment and the dumpsters. Secondly, the zoning code has a limit that there can only be 1 mural on 1 wall of a structure or building. Again, I feel that's a aesthetic requirement to prevent buildings from being too visually overwhelming, I suppose. But again, this is not really visible from the right of way or neighboring properties and would be an aesthetic improvement. So for those reasons, staff is happy to recommend approval.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Mr. Lashad. Appreciate your testimony and your work on the staff report there. I'll turn it back over to the applicants. Anything you'd like to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here today?
Thank you for your time and your consideration. I think you have the picture. This is a really unique addition to the city's services and beautification and safety. And for all the reasons that have been stated, we hope that you will grant the variance requested.
Okay, great. Let's leave it at that. I have had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report, and based on that and based on all of the testimony that I heard here today, I agree with the staff report and with the testimony of all the individuals that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this particular application. So I am going to approve the variance requests. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get that out to you as quickly as possible. As soon as I finish that, I will put it into a PDF and email it to everybody in the hearing here today. So you'll have a copy of that really just moments after it's complete. And then Matt can approve the zoning permitting and you all can take the next steps. Any questions about that process or anything else that's happened here today?
We hope that you will come visit us, and we're having a grand opening on October 10th, and we will make sure to let you know. So thank you very, very much.
I appreciate that. I'll
And you
do
can
my
come and
best to
observe the beautiful murals.
I will certainly drive over there when I'm in town, but I appreciate all the work you guys are doing over there. Thank you very much. Good luck with this project. Have a wonderful day.